2 nails already popped up.
Oh my God. What do you be? I mean, you a mom. Do it be like baby
No, I
stuff?
literally didn't do anything. Like, I was
Oh,
walking
geez.
and
Oh
made
no,
sure
that
gloves.
they probably didn't put enough. You do acrylic?
I got gel X, and I knew they
Oh.
was gonna pop up because I could see the bubbles under them.
Yeah.
So,
Sometimes they don't be doing. Yeah. Yeah.
popping up. And
So
do I have time to
sorry.
go get them fixed? Probably not, but I gotta make something shake.
Put a press-ons.
I get some. Mhm. Not after the money I just spent on
I
on
mean,
these.
I only said because you said you ain't got time. Because I ain't gonna lie, when you spent that money, you should make time. But I
Oh,
understand.
I'm
So
gonna make the time. I'm just gonna have to
okay,
rearrange some stuff, but it's gonna
yeah,
happen.
yeah. Because
I'm just
that's
gonna be up
ridiculous.
doing work tonight,
Low
so I
key,
can
and the thing is, they should probably do all of them if that's the case. Because if
for
two of
real.
them popped off, that girl, yeah. What are we navigating?
Ooh, my nails popping up.
That
Trying to
part.
be cute and my nails popping up, but what am I navigating? Um, I think that's it. Like in the process of getting done up. Homecoming
I
week,
love it.
yeah,
Homecoming
we're
week.
recording twice and before homecoming
Oh
week.
right,
Um,
right.
but yeah, I leave on tomorrow. I'm so excited. I'm so
Yeah,
excited. I can't wait to
I'm
feel
so
the
happy
Tennessee
for you.
air on my face.
This girl, so dramatic.
It's so different. Like I can tell as soon as I hit Tennessee, I'm like, oh, this is Tennessee. The sun hits different. Mm,
It
mm,
does.
mm,
Tennessee is a
mm.
good space. It
It
is.
is. I hope
It
it's
is.
not deathly hot. It's been raining
Mm,
everywhere all week, so I'm hoping that cooled the earth down.
that's true.
'Cause Tennessee sun is different and it's hot, and I ain't got time.
That's true. Mhm.
Yeah, that's why I'm navigating.
Nice.
What do you
Okay.
navigate?
Let's see. You're right because we did this at the top of the week. No, honestly, what am I navigating? Hold on, boys. No, nothing there.
Boys are stupid. And
Boys are
um,
always gonna be. Um, things are pretty chill. I mean, honestly, I was gonna do the Lil T Swift thing, but again, I didn't want to leave her in my thing, so I'm not gonna put that in.
mhm. Yeah.
Um, I mean, I'm still working on editing this video that I'll be putting out soon, and so I've been steeped in
Mhm.
white Christian nationalism. So, but I will. Oh, I have something on it really quick though. I will just say, and truly, we do not got to talk about it. I just want to offer it. Um, it be hurting, like it hurts, like and
Mm. How bad did it hurt?
racism.
Yeah.
Mhm. Mhm. And I didn't and I'm glad okay, I'm glad that resonates because all my life it's just been a statement of fact and a feeling of not even a feeling because you just like I guess the feeling would be rage, but like cuz I beat your butt or I'm gonna fight back. Y'all not going to stop me. I'm gonna still be successful like and so like reviewing it and it's one clip that I'm going to put in there of this preacher present day. This was like 2 weeks ago and he was just he basically called us like beasts and cretins and like the whole thing. You'll see the clip, but and and even like in some comments, like people are trying to justify it, and even people making the case for Charlie. There's just so much. I'm just like, stop! Like it almost makes me emotional now. Like, and I think the reason I'm getting so emotional about it or sad about it in ways that I haven't previously is because as you progress in life, you see like, oh shoot, I got to be around these people. I got to be in their spaces, and I
Mhm.
have to and like you just don't want to believe that people you have camaraderie with and I don't even mean closeness, I just mean by literal proxy if we work together or we do things together, you
Yeah.
whatever. And you just be like, what the hell is wrong? You're wrong. Like I'm not kidding.
Right.
You just be wanting to like scream like that's dumb and that's rooted in
Yeah.
race. I don't care what your grandmammy said or how this was the tradition. Even when I'm looking at clips of like some of the signs from protests Christians would hold up back in the day, it would be like, you're not going to tread on me. This is communism. Like, but this is in the 50s and the 60s. Y'all saying the same stuff. Y'all just shrouded white nationalism with like Christian values, but it's all, and what pisses
Mhm.
me off is they literally don't see the connection. And I'm just
Yeah.
like, yeah. And so it makes me sad. And as I'm preparing the video, I'm just like, I hate this because I actually know people that I love, shame to say it, that I know you think like this too, idiot. Like, girl, so that's what I'm
Yeah.
navigating.
I, I think I realized the hurting of the feelings part of racism when it's like, "Wow, y'all really hate us," when I
Yep.
came from Lane and went to Vanderbilt, and, like, I mean, I had went to school with white kids all my life, but I didn't understand race and stuff. I understand it, I looking back on stuff,
Right.
but I didn't understand race, but then I did understand it, and I went to Vanderbilt, and I was like, "Ugh," like, like, the moment you realize you're black, the moment you realize you hate
Yep.
it, and you
Yep.
have to be around these people. You're not in the little safeguards of a HBCU no more.
Yep.
Now I'm not saying 'cause I and there's also an argument that HBCUs don't prepare you for the real world. That's not true. But, when you are in the safety of being able to feel safe amongst your people and you get pushed into another environment, it is jarring. But I read a book, and hate that I don't remember what the book was, but I know it was Howard Thurman, and it literally, like, he was basically saying that you have to let go of the hate or it will eat you up, and I was just like,
Yep.
"Ugh,"
Yep.
but
Yep.
that literally was the shift for me because it was like it's painful to your core. Yeah.
To your core, and the part that's most painful, again, as I'm walking through, because this pain is new for me. I'm not gonna like, as I was editing last night and I was getting like real anxiety, but out of sadness, and I was in the comments, and again, some of this is just like social media. You just got to be careful with it.
Right.
But some of it is, these are real people. Even if 50% are bots, that means the other
Right.
half is real, you know. And it's just
Mhm.
like, why? Like, yeah, like, it's so elementary and it's rudimentary, and I know that, like, this question has been asked for centuries, and so it's nothing that will produce from this that we can't, that we, one, don't know or can't articulate beautifully and profoundly and all that. But, like, I'm just like, "Bro, this is sick." But the part that's hurting me the most, like I said, is how shrouded it is with nonsense language,
Mhm.
communism, states' rights, um, um, freedom, like all every generation, every era, they pick new words so that
Mhm.
their supremacy don't sound so bad. And
Right.
people I love stupidly parrot those words is what I'm getting at. And I just be like,
Mhm.
and so now I just be wanting to be like even mm, yeah. It's people I talk to is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
And I've had to be like, states' rights to do. Where do states' rights come from? And not even about the Civil War stuff, because that's the easy one. But I'm saying when they be like, I just like smaller government. The only reason you like smaller government is like where did this love for small government come from? From your ancestors. And why did they want small government? So that they can choose to decide how they wanted to treat black people and not have people interfering. We needed big government for protection. And the only
Yeah.
reason you love it is because people who hated black people loved it. Dummy. You gonna like, it's that cut and dry. And as I've been doing the video, that's why I said I did, because as I've been doing the video, I've been like, it's just that simple. Even when
Mhm.
I got into my little America bag for a little minute, I don't give a hell about none of that stuff. All of it is fake. Y'all
Mhm.
liked the government. Y'all liked the freedom because y'all had the freedom to be heinous and horrendous to people. And when you lost it, that fight has never stopped. That whole, we don't, forget the government, forget that, because you don't like that the government protects people, stupid. And so even young people in this, I'm a conservative. You're dumb. You're dumb. You don't like protections, dummy. Or we deregulate so that you can what? Harm people?
Right.
Idiot.
Right. 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 Right.
It's so and what I'm saying is well-meaning, for what it's worth. Let's just call them well-meaning. People don't even know that you're parroting
Right.
stuff that was born from white supremacy, dummy. And you have to go to school with these people and share spaces and share homes, and like, that's what's been hurting me. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm
Yeah.
advocating.
Well,
Yes.
here on the What's on the Agenda podcast, we embrace the nuance and we talk about social issues that impact Black women, emotionally, physically, mm,
Emotionally. I'm just kidding.
financially,
This is true.
um, spiritually, physically, and all the elites. So, what's on the agenda, Raven?
Yes, emotions, emotions. Taking me over. We're gonna have to
Going
do
through
like
the comments.
we're gonna do an episode of just of you know how like on the What You Call It podcast they do Grits and Eggs, they do like Music Mondays. We're gonna
No,
do
I
a
didn't.
karaoke. They do new Music Mondays and they give shout out to like all of the local whatever, like
Mhm.
indie artists.
Okay. Okay.
We're gonna have to do a karaoke episode on it because clearly we be which is the one you sing the last time. Magnify the Lord.
Who the son he has.
What,
Come
what,
on, come
what,
on.
what?
Clap your hands. That's a banger.
That's a
Rejoice and sing. You are the
I will
Lord.
bless the Lord.
Come on, bravado.
Because you get because what you
Bless
gonna do
the
without it? Um. Anyways, karaoke coming
Lord.
soon to a water podcast near you. No, but child, y'all be having a blast watching us. I already know y'all do. When you shared that clip, I just thought about like this so fun. Can only imagine what it is to watch it. Anyway, okay. Moms.
Gather yourself.
Actually, maybe we should
Oh
steer
goodness.
clear from moms, low key.
Maybe, especially the boy moms. Cause what?
I was just gonna
The
say,
boy moms do
you
not
just
play.
had a baby. I don't got a now baby. And we talking about this is what the mama should be doing. No, but okay. So we saw a video on Instagram that was essentially a video of a brand new mom holding her son. We finna get canceled. A mom holding her son,
It
and
wasn't her
the
first
caption.
child. I don't
Oh,
think.
oh, you know what? I'm not gonna pretend like I haven't seen nothing no more because me admitting my ignorance of things got me ate up.
You better have watched the whole video, okay? The whole video.
Oh,
Yeah, she
well,
had 2 girls first. Yeah, yeah.
oh, right, she did say that. Okay, actually, I did know that. So it was a mom
Yeah.
holding her newborn son after having had 2 girls. Per Morgan, thank you, Morgan, for our research, and and the caption was essentially, let's not do essentially. Do you have it? Could you read it? Could you read the caption? Could you read
Read it. Um,
the video caption, not the
y'all not finna do us like this. We need to
please,
stop laughing,
please.
actually.
We actually
Okay.
do.
The caption says actually, the picture of the
Mhm.
on the hold on. Yeah, the caption says, 'cause I forgot it was a stitch. "When you have a boy after having 2 girls and you finally understand the boy love everyone told you about." Holds baby.
So, all that we're saying objectively, I have no thoughts because I'm gonna let the mom on the panel speak. All I will just say, because the only reason I'm even presenting it is because I sent it to Morgan. That's it. It's my topic, so that's the only reason. But the girl who stitched the video essentially was just like, "Y'all not beating the allegations
That was her
of."
caption. Y'all not beating
That was
that.
hers. Now, because we didn't say it, because I don't know nothing, because I don't got no kids, and I don't deserve to say nothing.
But you're an expert. You have dated men who have mothers. So
So, okay, per Morgan, um, she was like, "Y'all not beating them allegations about loving your sons more than your daughters," and how essentially her argument was not mine, hers. Her argument was she can sense and smell the misogyny in love for their sons, or misogyny. Yeah, she can smell it via the love that moms oftentimes have for their sons, and how we know the old trope: we raise our girls and coddle our boys, or raise our girls and love our sons, or
Mhm.
something to that effect. And she used that video as like the catapulting to make that point that we be loving our sons and raising our daughters, and just how unfair it is, and how
Okay.
it starts at birth. And that
Yeah,
video was such a good example of it. That's all I got. That was
yeah,
objective. I ain't said a thing. Go ahead, Morgan.
yeah. To that, with the raising of the daughters and the, loving of our sons, we basically let, um, and talk back to me on this one. It's kinda like we let nature run its course with boys, and they just grow up to be boys. Will be boys, but then we raise
Mhm.
our daughters to be able to handle whatever boy is produced, right?
Right.
So if we have allowed our society to allow boys to be boys, that they're not as responsible, they're powerful in the worst ways, um, and they're brute, they're this, they're that, and then we raise our daughters to be able to withstand that, and how
Yeah.
problematic is that in the long run? But also, like, I think the what we gather from that and all the discourse about, boy moms is that it boils down to it's just being weird, like, how
Oh, yeah,
moms
she did get into that. Yeah. Mhm.
love their sons in such a way that it's just like, is that your boyfriend or is that your
Yeah.
son? Like, the videos of, like, the little boys, basically, it'll be a mom, and she has, like, 5 boys. The dad will smack the mom's butt, and then all the boys will smack the mom's butt, and
Oh,
it's just
yeah. Yeah. Oh, I've seen those. Yeah.
and as a mother who when me and Desmond kiss, Nyla's like, "What about me?"
Hmm.
As cute at 1.5. At a
Mhm.
certain age, you have to say, no," because
Yeah.
they are learning, right? And at 2 years old, whatever, the little boy might have mimicked their father doing that to their mother, but also, like, these are teenage boys, middle school boys, elementary school boys that should know are who you need to set boundaries with, that's not okay.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not to say that intimate love between a mom and a son or parents and children in general is just this inherently bad thing, right? Like I love
Mhm.
super hyper affectionate families. I think that's
Yeah.
beautiful and there's no shame in that. But so it's not to just immediate because and the reason I'm saying this because I see comments all the time like y'all make it work because y'all ain't never been loved by parents. I've seen that so much in comments.
Mhm.
And so I want to speak to that and say, no, there's nothing wrong with hyper affection and how everybody shows it is different, right? But so it's not necessarily that we're saying that it has to be something weird in the sense of pedophilia, but more so we're speaking more so in the sense of creating healthy boundaries and not for the
Mhm.
sake of just thoughts about sexuality or sex, but healthy boundaries in that what's an appropriate way to command feelings when you feel something for a woman or feel something for any person for that matter because personal boundaries are what they are for human beings in general. And so
Mhm.
like yeah, if you're seeing dad do this just because you feel hyper feelings about mom does not mean like oh yeah now get your silly stuff in there and smack her on the booty in the same way or do something that's kind of like out of pocket because you're responding to an emotion. And so now you just want to do something immediately like that's maybe aggressive or maybe like aggressively showing that emotion with your hands and through something physical. And the way that that translates in relationships or like how you show up for women or partners in the future, it can kind of get skewed if you don't set those boundaries early
Mhm.
on and in those relationships at home. So don't just go straight to pedophilia also think
Right.
just healthy boundaries and healthy relationship and healthy engagement. You miss out on that when you and your mom don't have a healthy parent to child relationship and you lose that line. It gets
Yeah.
inappropriate fast and it's just not about sex. So, yeah.
Yeah. I think that also sets you up for those moments where you hear people say, like, "He's the man of the house," and
Right.
literally having to, like, working with college students, like, help them, like, well, not they didn't have to I didn't have to help them do nothing, but them recognizing that that put too much pressure on them as a child
Exactly.
because now that
Mhm.
like, you it's putting the 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 love, the love that you would feel for
Yeah.
maybe a romantic partner or, like, the love that you might have needed from, like, a protector of somebody of the house,
Mhm.
or you
Mhm.
putting the, responsibility of that onto a child, and it's all again, it's lacking that, boundary. So
Yeah.
I think that plays into that,
Yeah.
and the
Absolutely.
way and I think it does have to do with the fact the way we as women have been socialized to look at men. Like, we look at
Yeah.
them as protectors, we look at them as, like, saviors, so it's like when you have a child that's a male, it's like, "Oh, this is my savior, this is my," and that sounds weird, but this is my like, the love is akin to something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah. Oh,
Um,
absolutely. Yeah.
yeah.
I've heard women say things like, "Oh, he saved my life," like, "My baby saved my life," and
Yeah,
that's what I've heard
yeah.
like, parents in general
Well,
say that.
yeah.
Mhm. No, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, like, I do get that. I do also get that because babies do like. I guess I can say like Nyla is somebody is having her. They say that like babies can like they pull you out of certain things and la. I do believe me
Mhm.
getting pregnant in the job that I had was the reason I got fired.
Mhm. I remember you said that. I remember
Like,
you
it
said
was
that,
like,
yeah.
"It's time to go." The baby's like, "It's time to go." Like, and
Mhm.
that shift in the, atmosphere was, brought upon because of the child.
Right.
Um, but it's just still something weird with the mamas that raising boys. Like, the
Yeah.
the the lack of boundaries when they have girlfriends, like
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
No, I think it is something to that, and like I said, it's about I think but the bottom line is that it's about healthy boundaries, and it kinda goes into what our old grandmas and stuff used to say all the time too, even though they were purveyors of this too, so I don't know why they would say this, but remember the whole, "Your child ain't your friend" kind of a thing? That's always
Yeah,
true, whether you're talking about in just anecdotal Black family lingo or you're talking about the highest of science and child psychology, your child is not your friend.
yeah,
And, like and oftentimes people hear that and get angry because it's like, "Why can't I be friends?" You can be friendly. The
mhm,
opposite of friend is not, well, I guess it technically is enemy, but in this context, it don't have to be enemy. It don't have
right,
to be like somebody that you disregard and disrespect, but there has to be a healthy hierarchy and a family dynamic because children are these moldable just like they're like blobs of kind of nothing almost. Obviously, there's like presets of personality and things that are kind of
mhm,
like subsets of who you are naturally or biologically rather. But as far as like morals and values and things that aren't necessarily so intrinsic, that stuff has to be shaped and molded. And
yeah,
so long as there aren't parameters around what's appropriate and what's not, it's like a free for all with raising kids, and that's dangerous,
mhm.
but again, Imma steer clear because I don't wanna get the girlies mad. Um, but we could take this you said something at the end. I should have took your note and took notes. You
And I'm
said
over here
something
looking
to
for a piece of paper like, "Oh,
I know
shoot."
I should've, but you said something towards the end. You said, it creates you don't have the boundaries. Oh, I wanted to bring in this conversation. What I said to you about, the Priscilla Schreier and Jackie Hill Perry.
Mhm,
I think
mhm.
that can broaden the conversation. So I watched a clip of Priscilla Schreier, I don't know how to say it, on the Jackie Hill Perry podcast, or the With the Perrys podcast, let me not. And because I like Priscilla I actually really like Priscilla Schreier. She's a great preacher, she's a phenomenal orator, actually. But anyway, so I watched it for that. And she was talking about Jackie Hill Perry, she just had a son after having four daughters or three daughters or something like that.
Mhm,
And so she was like, I get what people say. She was speaking to this very concept actually. She was like, I get what people say about it. Like, and when a girl comes around, and her son is only one or two now, she was like, when a girl come around, I can already feel my territorialness, my like, no, you don't know my son. Like I know that, like whatever. She feels her mama bearness coming out in that time.
mhm,
And, she was asking Priscilla for advice because Priscilla got 3 grown boys, and Priscilla was like, "Child, I'm still crossing that bridge. I can't really speak to it that much because she was like, "I feel that same level of territorialness," but Priscilla did make the case, and then Morgan kinda laughed in my face when I shared it with her, so that's why I'm saying it for the audience. But it made me rethink it, so that's why I'm bringing it up. Priscilla basically was like, she told her niece, who got married to Kirk Franklin's sons, no less, but
mhm,
how and a way to pay homage to a mom who may be giving you a hard time, or even if she's not giving you a hard time, just a way to pay homage and, like, develop relationship with her, um, and to lower some of her guard in those moments is to go to her when you're having issues or conflict with your husband.
Mhm.
because especially when you're newly married, because what that says to her is like it honors the man that she made him into being, and it basically kind of shows a level of humility because, and this was her words exactly, this is not my words. Priscilla
Mhm.
was like, cuz like, girl, you just, she was kind of using this as an example. She was like, girl, you just got here. Like, I know that boy's every move, everything. You just got here. You've known him for a year. I've known him for X amount, however old he is.
Mhm.
And she was just saying like, and that's not like a pejorative to the wife. It's like not like a put down, but it is kind of like a, she could be useful to you. She can be an asset to you because she knows him in ways that you don't. I'm sure you know him in ways that he you know, she doesn't, but also her being his mom, whatever. And so she was saying that's a way to kind of lower the temperature sometimes with moms that are territorial over their sons and help her to
Mhm.
see that like, I'm not your enemy. I kind of want to love him. And I want to love him like you've done a beautiful job of loving him or whatever. But Morgan shot me down. So Morgan, would you like to would you like to, would you
All
like
I
to give
said was,
context?
I feel like by the time a man gets married, his mother should not be the person that knows him best. Um, and because by that time, like, if we think about the Bible and Patricia, was it Patricia Schreier? Patricia?
Priscilla.
Priscilla, Priscilla. The
Mhm.
Bible says leave and cleave, okay? And
Yes, it
ain't no
does.
necessary. And what am I paying homage to a mother? I don't need you in my business. Now but I
Mm.
also at the same time also had to call my boyfriend's mama today. Like, girl, but also like like I don't think it should be necessary is what I'm saying.
Okay.
Like it should not be a necessary point or even a talking point that says pay homage to the mother in this way. No. No. Asking for advice, not I get the idea of, like, asking for advice from the person who people who know
Mhm.
your significant other, right?
Right,
But
right, right,
to say that as, like, a, "Do this to show respect to the mother." For what?
right.
Only in the same in the same context of, like, why are we doing this for the boys and not the girls? Because are you calling
Right,
her
right.
daddy when you're upset with your or when y'all are trying to figure things out? Like, we don't have these same conversations about, like, and and it might be because, like, "Ooh, ooh, ooh, ooh,
Say it.
I don't
Say
know, I
it.
don't know, I don't know."
I
Okay, so
said yes.
you
Go ahead.
I feel like we have the stereotypes of daddy's girls, right? But
Yes.
because men are always looked at as the predator, I think
Mm,
the boundary of predator against like the bound men set up their boundaries faster with their daughters. So like even when it comes to like puberty, stuff like that, like I don't talk
right,
about periods,
right,
I don't do hair, I don't do this, blah blah blah.
right.
Like, but even like when we think about uh-oh. Okay. My point, my thought, my theory is we don't do these like we don't have the same setup of like husbands or boyfriends go to the dad to have the same kind of advice. And I think it's because the men set up boundaries faster because men are looked at as predators. So they automatically know like we don't I don't cross those boundaries when it comes to like body, when it comes to um puberty, hair, like all that kind of stuff. Like there are certain things men just don't do. But when it comes to women and their sons, there's no like real parameters because we don't look at women as predators.
Mm,
So it
that's a good
so
point.
it, so even when we say stuff like y'all are being weird with your sons, it's like I'm just being a mom. No, you're not. You're not being a mom.
Mhm,
You're doing
mhm,
something that is weird. Like you should not
mhm,
there should not there's actually I haven't watched it, but there's a new show on Prime where it's literally a horror story of a mom and a girlfriend. It's called The Girlfriend, I think, of a mom and the girlfriend in a power struggle over
mm,
this boy.
mm,
And like, the mom's like, "I'm not going nowhere," and the girlfriend's like, "I'm not going nowhere," and, like, they are just, like and it's not even like a funny comedy, thriller. Like,
Yeah. Ooh,
it's set up to be scary, to be like, they're literally like trying to off each other. And it's like,
Jesus.
there's no boundaries with men, with women in their
Right.
sons sometimes.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. I no, that's first of all, shout out just analysis. Don't we love a theorist? Audience, don't we love a theorist? Because that is really good. No, I'm serious. That predator concept is actually a beautiful thing to bring into this because and now I'm gonna expand on that actually because
mhm.
the
Oh, can
more
I
I
say one
be
more thing?
Oh, no, no, please, 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 yeah.
I was gonna say the only legit boundary that is ever created is when another woman comes into the space.
Mhm. Say more though, what
Like,
do you mean?
so, like, um when the man gets married, all them other girls didn't matter. And that's when a man has to set the boundary with his mother, because
Oh,
it's like,
okay.
"This is the
Yeah,
woman I'm
yeah.
marrying." You know, he could have played she could have played in every other girl's face before the woman
Mhm.
he married, but he had to set
Mhm.
that boundary, and that's the only real boundary, is the woman that he marries.
Woo! Again, shout out to our theorists, because like, what I just heard from that, and you're so right, is you ain't never ever learned boundaries until today. 32
Literally
or
the wedding
however
day.
old you is when you get married. Oh
Yeah.
shoot, now I got and it be not even just a wedding day. No, it'd be like, because I got trust me, I see this all the
Mhm. Yep.
time. The mother-in-law problem. Oh
Yeah.
my God. Oh
Yeah.
my God, I see that all the time. I used to think that was a movie trope until I became a therapist. And
Yep.
um, and I'm talking about people be 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 years into a marriage dealing with that. And then they be finna say something while mama is 70. But y'all got married, when your mama was 52. What?
Right.
Like, but that's so good. And going back, so that actually goes back to my original point, which was y'all thinking pedophilia. I'm talking about you don't teach your kids parameters, your sons, and talking about
Mhm.
sons. And so there is so like you don't learn boundaries until until wedding day or serious relationship. Like, yeah, that's problematic. The part that I wanted to add, go ahead.
I was gonna say, I don't necessarily think it's the men, I think it's the moms, because, like, I think sometimes, and I do think they have to stand up and be like, "No, mom,"
Right.
like,
I know
"No."
what you're saying though.
But I think it's more so like, 'cause heard men say stuff like, "Well, I've always had to be there for them, and I've always had to be there for my
Yeah.
mama." And
That's what I was about to
again,
go into. Yeah. Go.
okay,
Yeah.
standing
Yeah.
up, like, again, going into that role of protector, and you had to be a
Yep.
protector for your mother and stuff. No, should have
We on
never
the
been in
same
that role.
page. Ooh, we on this. That's how. I love when we do that. That was what I was about to say. The part that I wanted to add
Yeah,
is, and I always bring in the empathy, even though everybody think I'm not empathetic. When there is a void in men in your society, okay, what are you doing? When there is a void, when there is a, when there is a void in men and masculinity, and right now I'm not talking about that trash that y'all be talking
yeah,
about in the traditional. I just mean that there is a yin and a yang, right? And we were created and designed to offer things to one another. Make of that what you will, but you don't have to go to the cultural nonsense but anyway, when there is a void in a woman's life of that, whatever that looks like and whatever her heart needs in that space,
exactly.
sons then inevitably have end up kind of filling in that space because
Yep.
now there is this male figure,
Mhm.
figure being higher or younger,
One
whatever. He's a
told.
figure. Exactly. Who is offering my soul this
Mhm.
nourishment that is needed. Again, which is why I don't it was so funny not to go too deep in this, but I just want to offer this here. That's why I don't be jumping too off the bandwagon when we talk about the differences in what we offer one another relationally, right? Men and women, I
Mhm.
mean. Because obviously I know we're learning more nuanced conversations about gender and how it presents and all that. And I am on board for that. But it is also okay to recognize that we offer different things and our souls yearn for the variations that exist within the
Mhm.
gender complex,
Right.
if you will, right? And
Mhm.
so it's beautiful. But anyway, so going back to the mom thing, when a mom has been voided there, whether and look, sometimes she be voided and her husband's sitting right there.
Exactly.
Most times, no, I'm just kidding. But I can't get enough. No, but sometimes, yeah, like her man be sitting right there. But that man don't love her. Ooh,
the way
Jesus!
she
That man
needed to be
don't
felt
love
by her daddy, by him, and now she got this son.
feeling
Right.
desired. So, which
Mhm.
is why it starts creeping into that, like, this feels but it's not but because you're filling up a gap that is so void in so many spaces. And so the son is just like, he's just born and just have to just stretch to try and fit that big hole that's empty because your daddy messed up. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's, and, but I was sorry. Last thing, I said that because I get it. Baby girls' hearts be hurting. The girls' hearts be hurting. And that feels good. And many times girls, these be girls who ain't never had dads.
Mhm.
Or you get what I'm saying? Like that male energy has been void so much, even just in our culture too, because y'all tried to turn it into like he plays baseball and he hits hard rather than wisdom and sound like whatever. Oh, because let me not get into it. But yeah, that the male voice, the real one, not the fake cosplay one that
Right.
y'all created is has been missing for a long time. Scripture talks about that. And because of that, we just turn our sons into these, yes, and it's
Yeah.
sad.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, yeah, I don't know what else to add.
Me
I
neither. Mhm.
yeah, I think if I did have something to add, it's just like w we we do I would I don't wanna encourage nobody. I mean, I would just say there's some healing that needs to be happening when there is that void, and thinking
Yeah.
that either gender of children or spectrum of gender of children can
Yeah.
fill the void that you have is not going to produce any, good fruit.
Yeah. Exactly. Exactly. Oh,
But
go ahead.
go ahead.
Well, only thing I was gonna say is this speaks to, and I know this will get a little controversial, and we don't, it don't have to be no whole thing, but well, I do want to hear your thoughts on it.
Mhm,
You know how people be like, heal before you have kids? Have
mhm.
you heard that? What do you like? I know, but I've seen people be angry when people say that. So I'm curious what your thoughts are.
No, I definitely, think that you should do that. Because
Right.
as much as I don't believe that you should heal before you have to, like, get into a relationship with people because, like, those people are, like, already here on this earth, when you're creating new, like, like, let's not actually traumatize a child that did not ask to be here. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
and I think what I was about to say kinda goes along with this is that, like, you have to do that healing because to put that pressure on a child, like, that is that's a form of, like,
Yeah.
trauma, like, that's a form of
Yeah.
trauma that you putting on them, and you trying to force them into a role that they are not equipped or developed to be in, and
Exactly.
it's not fair to them, and they're not able to grow and develop in who they are supposed to be without this pressure, this outside pressure to be, whatever your expectation is.
Exactly. Yeah. No, I couldn't agree more. And I hear people's arguments of why they get frustrated. I've heard more people agree than not agree, but I will say I've heard good arguments, and not good, but I understand their hearts. A lot of times it'd be
Mhm.
like single moms or people who stuff just happens. And again, there's no, so this isn't a pushback to those people, but it is just a, and as best you can, not just let things happen so as to make the best possible outcomes for your future kids. You want to do that and you want to take that, because, and it's not that you'll just be perfect, because that was another thing that I've heard against that too. Like it's no such thing as a perfect parent. Yeah, but there is a such thing as a more prepared parent.
Right,
Like you don't have to be perfect to be a prepared. I'm
right.
sorry. Like,
Mhm,
and so yeah, and it's not even asking, it's not asking the world to just say, do your work a little bit. Do
mhm,
some therapy. Sorry. Do and be introspective and be, and also like, as much as you can, pursue a relationship with the person that loves you. Like, and that's really, girl, cancel us now. But pursue a relationship with somebody that loves you. Like, actually, let's like really sit with
oh,
that.
really?
Like, because if you don't feel loved, my dear, first of all, forget the baby. You don't deserve that. If you don't feel loved And I'm not saying everything is happy every day. That's not what I'm saying, but you know what I'm talking about. If every day you're questioning of if whether or not that person loves you, you don't deserve to be there. And it don't got to be deeper than that. And furthermore, though, if you don't feel loved, a baby ain't gonna fix that. It's gonna worsen it. And you're gonna feel even worse for that baby. And so you pick partners based off of what, one, how you deserve to feel, literally to feel and to be treated. And also, who gonna get on that floor and play with that baby? Because if they're not loving and kind like that, then to you, they not gonna just magically be that for that baby either. So yeah, I don't got nothing to say beyond that. But yeah, be loved and pick somebody that loves you to have your babies with because you can't force your kids to give you what that person ain't giving you. Yeah. And for the context of what we're talking about, what that man, you can't force your son to give you what that man is not. I'm sorry.
Ooh, that's a word. That's a word.
Yes, yes. That's a good one. I feel like
Yeah.
what you think?
Wanna you wanna clap?
Yes. Yeah, uh-oh. Her go, "That's my man."
Period.
Um, uh, neat. Should we do what the girl's saying? Because oh, no, a book suggestion. Because 'cause I'm scared. Her go, "I'm scared to say anything about what the girls is saying right now."
If a girl's eating, that's it, okay?
This the second week in a row, dang!
They said, "Stop talking."
At
Y'all
this
finna get
point,
canceled before I even get started.
before we even get started, it's okay, they'll be okay. Book suggestion, mamas, what you think?
Um, I kinda wanna do y'all should watch The Girlfriend because I heard it's really good, and I wanna
Oh, the
watch
one
it.
you were just talking about?
Yeah,
Okay,
and I think it'll give good context to the lack of, boundaries that people have with their children,
I like that. Okay,
but just based off the previews.
right.
But again, we ain't watch it, so we can't vouch for it, just like we
Alright,
ain't watch the
that's fair.
host Aisha Curry video.
Ooh, Jesus, please stop reminding me. I have one actually, and it'll
Okay.
feel a little bit out of place or whatever, but it's not. I'll explain why. You know it, I tell you all the time. Fair play. I think the girlies should
Oh
read
my
Fair Play. All the
god.
that was
Girl,
hilarious.
you are preaching today.
I really think so. I think the girls should read Fair Play because the girls, guys, you know what girls means. We all know that.
Yeah,
Because a lot of that passing on to the son. Also, wait, before I say this, I wanted to say it earlier and I just have to say it now. I do understand that there is possibly something that happens between, like when you give birth to any child. I get
yeah.
that, and something I'll say magical. You know, I don't feel uncomfortable saying magic. It is magical because childbirth is magical. Literally, to be able to produce a life from a life is just something we'll never
Mhm,
be able to articulate fully. Um, so that's beautiful. And I don't want to lose sight that moms can have a bond with their babies in different ways, right?
mhm,
So I want you to hear, audience, I'm saying, I want y'all to hear what we're saying, not through the lens of like putting down a special bond between a mom and a baby, particularly a mom and a son, but just hear this more in the sense of we can all acknowledge that there has been a culture of raising girls and loving
mhm,
sons. And so we just adding this our voices to this conversation to give us something more to be mindful of, to set those boundaries and that sort of thing. Okay, wanted to put that in there. The book, I think this is a good book because it lays a foundation for how parenting should go and how the parenting not just in rear child rearing, but also the sharing of responsibilities and the sharing of the load of what it is to parent and be a parent
mhm,
to children, especially small children. And I think some of this burden that we put on boys to like be our everything moms, I mean, can be relieved if our partners who we have kids with were more helpful and shared some of the load of what it is to be a parent. Moms, y'all know I'm not a mom, but I hear it all day long. I know what y'all go through with regard to and I read all about it because I'm obsessed with it. The mental load, we hear about that a lot. It's becoming more common, which I'm so grateful for. Um, he just thinking about, okay, I need to cut the grass, and you think about, oh shoot, I gotta get gas for the grass, and this and that, and the dentist office, and the kids, and the school, and and then oh shoot, but we gotta get food. But how we get food if I don't have time to go grocery shopping? I don't got time to go grocery shopping because right, fill in the blanks. And you carrying all of that, and his brain is like, what we eating
I just
tonight?
gotta go to work today.
Exactly. Work be so stressful.
But you
The
also
end.
and
Exactly. Right. But you also work. Exactly. And so fair play helps to and then when you talk to moms about like, okay, what do I do to untangle it? Then you don't even be knowing the first step to untangling it because
right,
this is some of your natural proclivities are to think like this. The
because
book
we raise
helps
our
you.
daughters.
So the book helps you to do it and to dismantle or dare I say deconstruct the ways
Right.
that we were taught to parent, and how to become more shared in our parenting styles. And final thought, I think the more we make parenting egalitarian, ooh, been using that word a lot lately. The more we make parenting more
Sexy word.
egalitarian, it is sexy. It is sexy, especially in this climate.
Egalitarian.
But the more we make it more egalitarian, the less burden we'll feel to the need to share to our sons or the love that like a lot yeah, we won't feel the
Yeah.
burden to like make our sons love us because our partners will be loving
Mhm.
us in ways that are tangible and effective to de-stress us. So,
Mhm. Yeah.
fair play.
And honestly, I was just thinking about, maybe a single parent, single mother who might have a son,
Oh,
that
yes.
might even still help you understand, like, I mean, understanding, yes, your the son's responsibility or your children, any of your children's responsibility is
Yeah.
not for X, Y, and Z. Like, that is supposed to be put on another adult,
Yep.
whoever that adult is. And that might, um that actually might help you, figure out what village you might need,
Yeah.
um,
Good
in your
job. Yeah,
current,
Morgan, that's good. Mhm.
uh, life, and figure out, like, because it comes out, it points out every single task that would be done, from cleaning to cooking to holiday cheer, holiday magic, stuff like that. And it's like, "Huh, how can I offload this
Right.
and to into somebody else's hands if I don't have enough
That's
hands
good.
and I don't have not enough people in my village?"
That's
So,
good. That's good.
yeah.
No, that's so good because I didn't even think about like, especially not in this context. But yeah, you're right. Yeah, it's because what it could potentially do is kind of like what you're saying is help you see some blind spots too. Like, oh,
Mhm.
am I putting too much on? Oh, that's
Right.
unfair. And these are some of
Yeah,
the spaces that I do need help. And like you said, now you can go find that help rather
yeah,
than put too much on them or also even on your kids. It can help you alleviate some of that pressure on that girl too, which is like
yeah,
stop screaming and yelling at them so much.
yeah.
And like you're stressed, but go find help for that stress and no and don't
Mhm.
make them like the receptacles of your stress because you're
Yeah.
unsupported. That's not fair either. So,
Mhm.
yeah. Yeah. Good
Okay,
stuff.
this is the last one.
Yeah.
I'm
Go ahead.
thinking about, 'cause I appreciate you saying that fair play is, like, helpful for young people with young kids, because eventually
Mhm.
some of those chores, some of those things can become chores for the teenagers, but
Yeah.
also, like, separating that it's a chore and not, like,
Mhm.
their sole responsibility. Like, if they don't do it, it's not to the same weightiness of, like,
Right. Mm.
partner's not doing it.
That's
They're
good.
still
That's
learning
good.
responsibility, they're still learning, but it's also a part of, like, how we raise children to be parts of families and be parts of, like, yeah, be parts of households, and not just our
Yeah.
girls to be parts of household. Girl, why am
Yeah.
I
What?
example, one of my nieces and nephews, pairs of siblings, um, I see this play out. The niece is very like, I cook him food and blah 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 blah. Her older brother don't do jack, which is honestly rare for my family because all the boys in my family know how to cook.
Mm.
And all the boys in my family, like my oldest nephew, he just got an apartment. Why is he talking about decorating? I was like, boys don't decorate. Boys also don't get
Mm.
apartments. So anywho,
Oh, I have so many thoughts to that, but Imma skip past it. Please keep going.
yeah.
'Cause the way that that's
Um,
true but go
the
ahead.
way that it's true, the way that tax season is not a joke, the way that hobos, I can't say that. The way that people be using women to literally have somewhere to stay and don't know the responsibility of, like, the how do you set up lights? How do you set up this? How do you set up that? Yeah,
And how
yeah,
we be feeling a pressure to do that stuff, and
yeah.
boys just I don't get it, and I got 2 boys in my mind right now that I love more than life itself, and I be like, "You know, son, you don't think it's about that time?" But, like, what is the difference? Of course, we just went through the whole I'm talking about what's 'cause girl, I moved first of all, I moved out way sooner because of some stuff, obviously, but even I got my first apartment at, like, 20 or something, I don't know, whenever I graduated, I was like, "Okay, apartment now."
Right.
Like, it just seems so, like, 1, 2, 3. But for boys, it'd be like, "Let me see. You take the 1, carry the 7, what you
Go
get?"
move in
Like,
with the
it
girl
just
then.
and they will spend all their time at a girl house instead of just going to get their house. I don't get it. Girl, get me off this podcast. Get me
Oh,
off this line.
okay, wait
Go
a
ahead.
second, wait a
Go
second, wait a
ahead.
second, because I did have another comment because I wrote it down. Look at me
Okay.
taking notes.
Good
When you was
God.
talking about Jackie Hill Perry and she's talking about being territorial over her son, and I'm like, "Why are we so territorial over our sons when we are supposedly in theory, raising them to be such big men?" You know what I'm saying? Like, why are we so, like, scared of what this potential girl could do, and we're raising them to be strong, powerful boys?
It's interesting because it's almost like the delicateness, the delicate nature that we supposed to have as women, if you're on the audio, air quotes, supposed to have as women, we're supposed to be docile and delicate. It's almost as if we inadvertently, unintentionally, accidentally raise our boys with that level of delicacy, delicate natureness, whatever the what's it the verb is. You know, we be struggling to subjugate a verb. I mean, to conjugate a verb on this chat. But whatever they be doing that they do, it's almost like we got it mixed up. And so when
Yeah.
people be complaining, not to make it about us, but to make it about us on this Black woman centric podcast, contrary to what I be trying to say, um, it's almost like y'all sabotage us on purpose. May ask for delicateness while giving us aggressiveness. And then the same boys that act and you raise them to tell you to expect delicateness from their girls, but raise them with the delicateness. And so then they expected the delicateness that they was raised with. Am I making sense tonight?
Not making sense tonight. It's almost giving as if the boys be a little fragile, and we know that, and we have to tiptoe, and we have to be a little bit more fragile with our boys. But we probably don't have to be fragile with you know why? Because
Under
masculinity
pressure.
not masculinity, patriarchy.
Oh, baby, it always returns
It's
there. Oh,
fragile.
baby.
It's fragile.
And fake. Ah.
Exactly. It is a glass house, and as soon as you throw a rock, everything shatters.
And by glass she mean plexi.
Fragile. Tempered glass. It's not tempered glass. Tempered glass is strong. It's not tempered. It's not tempered. I learned that on that
Girl,
elemental movie.
I didn't know that actually. That's so interesting. Let's talk more
Yeah,
about
tempered
that. But
glass. Yeah, tempered glass is strong. Um,
wow. That
yeah.
kind of makes I could see I mean, just by visuals that I'm seeing in my head right now, I could kind of see that. But anyways, but yeah, that's a great point. Again, shout out to having a theorist, double mastered theorist on the platform because seriously, you think in theory, and I appreciate that so much because that is so true. That is so true. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. That's a good podcast.
This was
Yeah,
a
yep.
great episode. It's gonna be
You can
funny
watch
too. I'm excited.
'em.
Um, okay. Can we skip the with the girls? The girls have been mean. I can't do it right
They're
now.
being mean, y'all. Again. No, they're not being mean. They're being obtusely not watching the entire videos. They're being obtuse and they're just not like
Yeah,
they're just not.
they're just not. And also, come alongside the ride, sis. Y'all love commenting. Subscribe and come watch because y'all watch a man podcast. Anyway, no, I'm just joking. But yeah, no, come along for the ride and actually listen to our politic and get to know our politic, because once you do, you'll hear the nuance. And even if you disagree, which we're not opposed to disagreement, let's be clear, we're not complaining about disagreement. What I'm saying is disagree fluently and
Right.
cogently. Give prudent remarks. I'm using big words on purpose because
Stop it,
give
you're giving elitism.
right.
Class.
The very thing that they I'm what I'm saying is, listen, let
Step
me
your
stop.
cookies up.
Step your cookies now. Step your cookies. Well, she
Okay,
said it.
carry
I
on.
mean, no, seriously. All of that to say, that was good. We were good. Yeah, you're right. That was good. We got to the heart. We know, y'all know why it matters. Raise your sons. Raise your
Yeah,
sons too.
yeah, yeah.
That's how you know it's the end.
Mhm. Press stop, press stop.